It is my pleasure to introduce to you Captain John Cato.
In 1990, when I was hired and sent to the police academy, I was doing exactly what I'd always wanted to do. From the time I was a little boy, I knew this is what I wanted to do. I always revered the memory and the thought of my grandfather and his profession. And so I was elated to know that I was finally going to get to pursue a career in what I wanted to pursue. Being excited about that career, I took overtime at every possible opportunity. So many days back then, many of you remember when we had minimum manning, we'd work 7 days in a row for weeks on end, and it was good money. It was only chance for what we made at that time to make any extra money. But as I sit here thinking about these memories today, I'll take a personal moment, and if anything I say to any young officer here rings true to you at all, I want you to think that here sitting in front of me is my wife that I adore, my daughter, my boy Brady, and other children of mine that are not here that I had and were raised during that period of time. And I sit here, I think about all the opportunities I had to work extra duty and all the times that I took time away from home. I think about the dance recitals I missed, about the ball games that I missed, about the plans I made that my children, when their labor was reduced, had to have them on days off so I couldn't earn any leave time. I was obsessed with my profession. Be the best you can be at what you are and give it everything that you have. But always take the time to go home and have a catch with your son. Always take time to go home and spend a quiet moment or an evening with your wife. Because someday the call will come for each of us, either in this life or later after retirement. And those are days and times that you can never get back. And those are things that you wish that you hadn't frittered away or wasted. We can never measure the degree that the sacrifices of these men and women across this country we remember today. You can never be sure to what degree those sacrifices reach, how far their blessings may touch in moments and acquaintances that were unknown. We can never be sure to what extent their influence will reach beyond their death. Heaven and earth are moved by the nameless men and women who labor for the preservation of liberty and for justice. They do this without hope of reward or without recognition. There are men and women throughout this community and this nation who have taken upon themselves, just as these we remember on this monument today, to do right, to right the wrongs of others, to labor for those who have no advocate of their own, and if need be, to give the ultimate sacrifice in the defense of those who are in need. To those of you who have lost loved ones in this line of duty, you can take solace and peace in the sacrifice of those that you have lost. We can't measure the what-ifs, as I've said. There are untold riches and rewards that will come by reason of their labors and their sacrifice. Lives were touched, either briefly or in depth, by these persons in moments that passed without fanfare, that hour too often passes without recognition by those around us. We never know the full benefit given by the Terry Fosters, by the David Craxners, by the people by the name of Anka or Bugler or a host of others. And yet their sacrifice will live on forever in the rewards known and unknown and unmeasured. To those of you in uniform who serve in the stead of those who have fallen, the reputation of those who remember and celebrate here today will surely tarnish with your labors. You are benefactors of their sacrifice, their devotion, and their blood shed in the service of their neighbors. Let it ever be said among you that no dishonor will come to this memory, not on my watch.